Good day everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mariette, also known as the Boervrou. In this little tutorial I'm quickly going to show you what I do to prevent jogs in my stripes. So in other words, to make jogless stripes. If you have not seen the previous video that I made on how to knit over your ends, I will link that for you and you can have a look at that. That is the exact technique that I used here. I've knitted over the grey before I started knitting with the grey, and then I actually knitted this maroon color into my project as well when I was working with the grey yarn. So to prevent jogs in my stripes, I like to use the following technique where I just slip the first stitch. So I'm going to show you how I do that. So I came to the end of the round and I have one stitch left in my old color. So I will simply knit that one. And then to prevent the jog, there's many ways you can do this. This is just the method that I prefer, that I learned and prefer. So the only thing you would do is you'll slip your first stitch purlwise that you've made in the new color and then just keep on knitting. And that is all there is to it. Because everybody's tensions differ, you still may see a little jog when you get a few rows in, but because the ends are woven in, you can just manipulate that first stitch a little bit by tugging on the old yarn and on the new yarn, and that jog really just disappears. I've now knitted a little bit so that you can see. This is my beginning of round where I changed colors. Okay, and there you can see this was my last stitch in the maroon, and that was my first stitch in the grey. So it evens it out quite nicely because we make that stitch a little longer by slipping it the first time. But if it still bothers you, you can tighten this little last stitch of your previous color a little bit by pulling on this tail that we've knitted in. So I want to try and show you what I mean. So if we pull on that, we can pull that stitch a little bit tighter and it will bring that grey a little bit down so that it blends in a little better to get a jogless stripe when you change colors. So that is a trick that I like to use to get jogless stripes in my projects. I hope that you find this tutorial helpful, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more of my content. And I will see you in the next one. Until next time, happy crafting.